Okay, the first question is, what is your name? My name is Sergio Alejandro Selina Sáenz, and I was named after my grandfather because he put it also the name of Sergio to my father, and then he put it my name. Then, can you spell your surname? My surname is Salinas, and it is spelled Salinas. Where are you from? I'm from here, Monterrey. I have been living here all my life since I was born. Today I have 18 years old, so I have been living here 18 years. I live with my father, my mother, and I have two brothers. So I don't live alone. I live usually with my family. Where do you work? I work at a mechatronic industry. It is named Void Industries, and we are in charge of making supplies to the other big companies as electronic components, chips, and other stuff that is useful to the other companies to make their products. And I have been, this is the next question, how long have you been working in your present job? I have been working more or less than 6 years. 6 years ago when I founded the industry with two friends of the career of mechatronics engineering. And it started as a project of a subject named Industry Informatics, and we made this company that started growing up to the company it is now. What are your plans to advance in the company? Here is the questions. My plans to advance in the company, as I am the founder, the chairman of the company, we are planning to expand to another country. First, to United States, because it is a potential country where we can afford our product to them, and we want to live a sound step in the world. So we want to be recognized to all the people and to supply all the other industries with our hands, with our idea that started 60 years ago. Do you use English? Well, I am using it right now. We use it all the time because, as I said, we want to expand to United States. So you need to communicate with English. It is the first worldwide language. So yes, all the time I use English in my job, trying to make connections and networking with other people. And that's how I use it. I communicate with other people. I make calls to other industries to see if they are interested in our product. And we don't mind in putting a glass ceiling. It is necessary because we can always overcome to the situation we have. Thank you. The next task is to talk about a person that you admire and say why. Well, I was thinking all night who I admire, and I admire my uncle because he is a firefighter. He had been working in that profession like for 10 years, and I admire him not only because he saves people and he fights the fire with only an axe and his will. I admire him also because he donates all his part of his money to beneficent communities as hospitals, asylums, and also orphanages where kids doesn't have so much to talk about, and company go to those places all the weekends he can. So he's an exemplar person, and I am not the only one that admire him for that reason. He has I like support admire group him, and they also always go to his to the places he go to contribute to the society. So he is not only a good person, he is also my uncle, and that's why I admire him. The final task that the teacher asked us this weekend to do is to see this case that was in the page, if I'm not wrong, 61, exercise 7, and it says, a collapsible scooter that you can take in the train or put in the boot of your car to use in busy cities to avoid traffic. And your plan is to import these scooters, sorry for the doubling, from the US and sell them to customers in your country. Okay. The first question to discuss is, what's your opinion of the business idea? How successful could it be? I think if we were talking about another country that was in Mexico, it would be a successful idea. But here in Mexico, we doesn't have, or here in Monterrey, I'm going to go more specific about the topic. We doesn't have the consciousness to the travel drivers consciousness to respect the people that will be in the scooters, or for example here doesn't there is no respect for the bikers that are in the streets riding their bikes. The cars goes they close the road to them, so we doesn't have this kind of consciousness to make this project successful. So I think it will be successful when it starts, but then the people is going to see the warnings that are going to be given by the accidents of cars and scooter drivers. So I'm going to go to the next question. What help may someone need setting up this business? And who could they approach for finance? What advice would you give? As I said, it will be difficult to overcome this situation we have here in Mexico, the lack of consciousness, because we are talking that this is a way of thinking from generation to generation. So if I'm going to be rough, if this went to success, we need to educate our children from they are as a child to their adult age, because if we don't change this thing from the beginning, it is never going to change. I think this business could be good in Mexico, but we need to change the way of thinking we have. And they can approach this company for finance, a group of ecologists that are in favor of not using cars and are fighting about the traffic jams that there are in the streets all the peak o'clock. That's my answer for that question. And the final question, I'm so sorry about those grammatical problems, but I was typing very fast. What problem challenges made the business face? That answer is more answered as any other, but I am going to answer again. This idea, the only problem is the consciousness we don't have. So it could be keep going, but it is going to be difficult at it starts. because we are not used to respect this kind of drivers unless there is like a specific street or road to the people using bikes or scooter, but these roads doesn't exist in these cities. We will need the government to invest in this idea. How could they invest? Well, making roads separated from the streets and other kind of financial support that could help this industry to overcome this situation. Thank you.